So yesterday, I think we were discussing about the functions, right? We just started with the functions, and we created some basic functions, and we were trying to understand based on the arguments, how we are passing the arguments to the function. Based on that, like we have different classifications. In that, like we have seen positional arguments. In the positional arguments, actually, um, uh, how many parameters you are defining in the function definition, those many number of arguments we need to pass. So that too mandatorily we need to pass. We cannot skip even single parameter also. That is what we have seen in the positional arguments. Okay. So in the default arguments, some of the parameters we are assigning default values. If you don't pass that particular parameter, by default it will take that value. That is what we have seen. Okay. And third one actually, keyword arguments, which is my favorite approach and mostly used one actually in the real time as well. Okay. Now, let me try to explain that one with an example so that you'll understand. Where is this one? Yeah, keyword. Okay, so what was the problem that we were facing actually in the normal positional arguments or in the default arguments? What was the problem? Based on that problem only, we have to come to a conclusion now here. Come on, help me.
You're not able to pass the required parameters you are getting
Uh-huh.
in it.
We have to mandatorily pass that number of arguments. Okay, that means number of parameters should be equal to number of arguments. That is one thing. And order is also important, right?
Yeah.
Order is also very important. If you swap the values, then values will change. So that was the problem. So in order to overcome that problem, they've introduced this approach actually, keyword arguments. Okay. So function will define in normal way only. Regularly, how we create the function with the def keyword, function name, parameter one, parameter two, and so on, parameter n. So inside that function definition, actually, we can write our own logic. While calling that function name, we have to mention like this: parameter 1 equal to value 1, parameter 2 equal to value 2, parameter 3 equal to value 3, and so on, parameter n equal to value of n. Like that, uh, you're specifically mentioning, you're telling to Python clearly, hey, this parameter value is this one, or this parameter value is this one, or this parameter value is this one, this parameter value is this one. Like that, you're explicitly mentioning that one. What is Siva? What is the advantage of mentioning like that? Order is not important. You can follow in any order. Now here, my parameter n is at the last rate in the function definition, but I can define while calling actually parameter n equal to value n. I mean, I'm explicitly binding these two right here. That is the reason why order is not important here. Okay, see, I'll tell you one example, best example. Let's say I've created one function actually to implement SCD type 1 logic. Okay, what is SCD type 1? If the records are there in the target table, then it will try to update it. If the records are not there in the target table, it has to insert it. Okay, that is the fundamental logic. Okay, so generally between two tables, will only on the target table will perform that one, right? From the source table to target table, will perform that one. Okay, so what are all the mandatory things are required to perform the SCD type 1 or type 2? Database name, schema name, table name of source, database name, schema name, table name of target. What else is required to implement SCD type 1 or type 2?
Any unique column.
Unique key columns.
Yeah.
Key columns of the source, key columns of the target. Correct? Correct or not? Now, if I specify database name, comma schema name, source database name, comma source schema name, comma source sorry, source table name, target database name, target schema name, target table name, source key column, target key column, like that. If I keep on mentioning like this, okay, in place of source table, okay, so let's consider first parameter is actually related to source database name. But by mistake, I mentioned here target database name here. Even not in this approach, in the positional argument approach I'm talking. Then the results will change or not? Results will change or not? If I explicitly mention, hey, target database name equal to so and so, target schema name equal to so and so, target table name equal to so and so. If I pass explicitly like that, will it take properly or not? Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So this is the mostly used approach, I can say, and safe approach also is this one, because you're mentioning it actually clearly here. I always prefer to write in this way only, this approach only, when you write it in real time. Okay, let me tell you an example here so that you'll understand. Just a second. So this is the function name I'm writing here. I'm just calling this function in another cell. You can call in the same cell also, no problem. But generally, we'll write function definition in one cell, calling in another cell. I mean, it's not mandatory. I'm just to maintain it a cleaner and neater way. So we'll do like this. Okay. So define greet. Greet is a function name. It takes actually two parameters, I can say. One is name and second one is the age. Okay. See, I'm not. Okay. That's okay, fine. So my function logic is like this. I just wanted to print that name and age with some message by concatenating some message to it. Okay. Hello, that name it has to take here. You are age that I'm trying to take here, years old. Hello, Shiva, you are 25 years old, like that. Hello, Ramesh, like you are 30 years old, like that. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is greet age equal to 25. See, age is actually a second parameter in my function definition. But here, while calling, actually, I can specify it in the first place. No problem, because you're pointing it right clearly here. You're binding these two, right? Age and the name here, right? You can specify in any place, actually. The order is not important here. Position is not important here. Okay, so if I pass like this, then what happens here? You try to see. So executed and calling this one. See, hello Alice, you are 25 years old. Even I can exchange this one actually. So I'll just cut it from here, put it here, and remove this comma from here. Okay, so name equal to Alice, age equal to 25. Same order I'm just trying to mention. Even though you'll get the same answer here. And even if you swap these two arguments, then that is also fine here. Did you get my point?
Understood. Here we are not mentioning anywhere, right, to the user saying that we need to give name and age.
I didn't get you. Come again.
No.
Sorry.
While passing parameters in the greet, usually earlier we were giving just Alice and 25.
Yeah,
So that
correct.
we're considering Alice as a name and 25 is for age.
Correct.
But here now we are giving the arguments equals to
That
parameters.
value, corresponding
Yeah.
value, argument equal to corresponding value. Correct.
No, okay.
The
How
name,
user will
name, this one should match with this parameter name.
Okay.
So whatever the parameter names you have taken, right? That only that names you have to take here. Okay, you're saying that, okay, can I take here name one? Can I take here age one? You're saying like that?
Yeah, will it
No,
consider
no. We are not supposed to take like that. Take like that. Okay, so I'm recreating this function. I'm just recreating it, and I'm just trying to call like this. See what is happening here. It is throwing error. Got an unexpected keyword argument, name one, which is not defined in the function definition, right? But you're giving it right here. It is saying that, boss, I don't know this. What is this name one? Got my point?
Yeah, understood.
Yeah. So you have to clearly mention that. So name and age. See, just try to understand it in like in a proper way here, just to to overcome the problems in the previous two approaches, we have this approach. That's it. So that you'll, if you understand in that way, you'll remember it in easy way. Okay. Okay. So this is fine. Next, I'll tell you like some more examples here. Now what I'll do is I'll just try to mix up this is keyword arguments. Huh? Sorry, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. 1 second. Where is this one? Keyword arguments, right? We are talking. Just a second. Just a second, guys. So the key points are here. The order does not matter. You can specify it in any order. Okay, when using the keyword arguments. Okay, and improves the code readability. Of course, anybody can understand it easy way. Okay, you're passing name to the name, age to the age. Okay, so helps avoid mistakes in long argument lists. Exactly. This is what the problem we face in real time actually. So in a function, based on your requirement, you may use 20 parameters also in a function definition. I told you, right, in one of my real-time function, I was using actually almost 20 to 25 parameters. If you don't use this keyword argument approach, then you'll not understand like what you're passing for, which argument you're passing to which parameter. You'll get a lot of confusion. To avoid that confusion, this is the best approach I can say. Okay. And one more thing, if you're trying to mix up actually keyword arguments and the position arguments, the point is actually keyword arguments must come after position arguments. After position arguments in a function call. Remember that. Okay, let me prove that one here. Okay, I think I have only this is the one. 1 second. Let me copy this one. Let me call this one in a separate cell. Now, I have created a function called make coffee. Okay. Size equal to medium, sugar equal to false. These are the default values. These are the default values. If you don't pass anything, these are the default values it will take. Okay. I think if we add position argument also, then it will be good actually. Okay. So can you tell me one more parameter here? So we have different types of coffees, right? What do we call it?
Flavors.
Flavor. Okay, good. Flavor. Okay, I'll just mention that also as a I can say parameter, one of the parameter. Okay. Now, so here while calling it actually, first I'm calling without okay, let me comment this one first. These two calls. Okay. Now if I call like this, will it get executed? Will it get executed if I call like this?
No.
We need to pass at least one argument.
At least one argument, because here flavor is actually a positional argument. It's not a default, it's not a keyword, right? So you have to mention that one here. So let's say I'm passing here. So cappuccino is my favorite flavor. Okay. So or hot chocolate or whatever like flavor you want, like you can mention it. Okay. So cappuccino, short form I'm writing here. Okay. If I pass that one, what will happen here? If you try to execute this one, making a medium okay with sugar, false, with a flavor of like a cappuccino like that. Okay, that is what I wanted to print here. It is printing the same way. See, since I did not pass other two parameters here, it is automatically taking the default values here. It is automatically taking the default values. See here, while defining the function, I'm clearly mentioning here positional argument first and later default arguments. Okay. Now what I will do is I'll just try to enable this one. Now will it execute? Will it execute? Will it execute?
No.
No? So what I need to do extra here?
You have to pass one
Ah,
argument, right?
so one positional argument I have to pass, right? See, I'm trying to override this medium with the large here. That's it. Now again, I'm just trying to give here cappuccino here. Okay, so I'm just trying to give here. If you try to call this size large here and cap next, it will throw error. Okay, or if you want to make it very clear, you simply mention clever here. Okay, cappuccino. Okay, I need to write here. I need to mention to print that. Okay, making um, uh, 1 second. Making sorry, flower. Okay, with size something I'm checking some random thing I'm just trying to write it. Okay, making cappuccino with medium size coffee with sugar something. Don't worry about the grammatical mistakes here. I'm just trying to write it here. I wanted to prove that okay, we can call the function arguments in this way also. That's what I wanted to prove. Okay, so flower equal to cappuccino, size equal to large. I'm trying to take. Okay, then what happens here? Now if you okay, I need to recreate this. Now if you call this one, see what is happening. So making cappuccino with a large size with sugar equal to false. Okay, so you can mention like this, or you have to okay while calling this one more thing point I want. If you don't mention like this, if you try to mention like this, actually size first and this one last, okay, then it will throw error again. Now try to execute this one. Now see, it is throwing error. So it is clearly saying that position argument follows the keyword arguments. Okay, it is throwing error. This is what I was telling you here. So positional arguments always, first we have to mention the positional arguments. Later we have to mention the actually keyword arguments. So keyword are like default, whatever it is. You can mention that. This is what I was trying to tell you. Okay. Or if you don't want to get any confusion, please specify it as a everything keyword arguments. Then that makes your life easy actually. Okay. So that is what I was trying to say here. Okay. You cannot use the same parameter name more than once in a function call, of course. You cannot use that one. You have to use it only once. Okay. So that is about the keyword arguments.
No, one doubt, sure.
Oh.
Take an example, have more parameters. How user will get to know what are all the parameters need to pass? When you run the function, the system will can ask the user to enter these value for
No,
this.
we are
When
going to call right by passing the parameters, right? See,
no, after calling the function, is there
mhm.
any feasibility system only ask the user to
No,
enter
no,
first
no, no,
parameter,
no,
second
no, no,
parameter, third
no, no, no,
parameter?
no, no. We have to call the functions like this only. How I am calling here, right? In this cell, the same way we have to call it.
Okay.
Okay, see, let me tell you. You'll understand that one clearly once we get into that Spark concept. There, I'll try to create actually the real-time functions. How to call it, where to call it. I'll try to explain there. Okay. So for now, you just try to understand the basic concept here. Later, I'll try to explain that one. Okay. Moving on. Next, sometimes, not all the times actually, sometimes we use variable length arguments also. Okay. Let me tell you an example here. Yesterday, someone was asking actually, hey, if you take a max function actually, how many parameters we can pass to this max? Let's say if I pass 5, comma 8, comma 3, I'm taking here. Max of 5, comma 8, comma 3 means, okay, so 5, comma 8 only I'm taking here. So what it will give actually output? 8. Okay. So backend, since I'm passing 2 here, it is giving output as 8. Backend, this function must take only two parameters, right? They could have defined only 2 parameters, right, while defining the function. Correct?
Yes, sure.
Correct? Okay. Now, what I'll do is, I'll just try to mention like this. Will it execute now? Will it execute now? Will it execute now?
Yeah.
No. No? Or yes?
So, a function arguments is only two, no? So, parameters.
See, if you're passing 3 arguments
Comma
means
B.
that
Three
function
arguments.
definition also they could have mentioned actually only 3 parameters, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, what if I define here, let's say 15 I'm taking here. Now it
Actually,
is giving output as 15. How many functions they could have created in the backend in that case? See, with 2 values, they could have defined one function. With the 3 parameters, they could have defined one function. With the 4 parameters, they could have defined one function. With the 5, with the 10, with the 100, with 1,000, with the 10,000, how many functions they could have created in the backend?
So, Shiva, this is a built-in function, right?
This is built-in function, yeah. See, built-in functions also concept is same, right?
Concept is same. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. It
no,
maybe they take. Yeah, yeah.
no,
see,
that's the question, Shiva. How user will get to know how many parameters need to pass? No, here they have used
mm-hmm,
whatever you said. They have built different functions 3, 4, 1, 5.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Take an example. You have built a function. How
mm-hmm.
user will get to know how many parameters need to pass for that function?
That depends on what type of function you're creating. I'll tell you. Once we complete this concept, again you repeat that question. I'll answer your definitely your
Okay.
question. Okay.
Okay.
Now tell me. See, I'm trying to explain you the problem statement here first. Later we'll get into the topic. Okay. See, I'm just trying to tell you the problem statement is I'm passing initially only 2 arguments here. So I was getting a result as it is. I was getting actually result as 8. Okay. And later on, I passed actually 3 values, 5, 8, and 11. I was getting actually 11. Now later on, I passed actually added 15 as well. So I'm getting output as 15 here. See, I can add any number of values here. Any number of arguments I can pass to this function, max function. Since I'm passing any number of functions here, any number of arguments here, backend, they could have created many number of function definitions, right? I mean, as per our understanding, just try to tell me yes or no.
Yes.
No. Okay. Okay. Keep that point in mind. So, in order to solve this problem, actually, we have next concept called variable length. Variable length. If you don't know how many parameters your function will take, then we will go ahead and create actually variable length arguments. Okay. So, the syntax is like this actually. So define same keyword. Okay, function name we have to write it, and star args, or you can write it what star Siva also you can write it, no problem, or star name or star city or whatever you want. You can write any string here, no problem. Generally, in general, they use the keyword called args. Args, it is a short form of arguments. When you mention star args, that is nothing but indirectly the function is taking actually variable length. That means it can take any number of inputs. It can take any number of inputs. Okay, let me tell you the example for this one. Okay, so let me try to create a function like this. So I wanted to build a function actually which can add any number of numbers. Whatever you pass 2 numbers, you pass 3 numbers, you pass 4 numbers, you pass 5 numbers, you pass anything, it has to add that. That's my intention actually. Getting my point? Okay. In that case, so you try to define like this. Define sum of numbers. Okay. Star numbers I'm just trying to take. I told you, right? Like ARGS also you can take, or numbers or anything, any string you can take here. But you need to mandatorily mention this star symbol so that Python understand that, okay, so this is a variable length arguments. Variable means it can change, number of inputs may change anytime. And now what I'm doing is total equal to 0. I'm some temporary variable I'm just trying to define here inside my function definition. So what I will do is before I go ahead and print all these things, do all these things actually, I just wanted to print actually print of numbers. This is what I wanted to do actually. Whatever we are passing to the function, I'm just trying to print it actually. That's it. I'm just trying to print it. I'll write the logic a little bit later. Don't worry. First, try to understand how it is behaving in the backend. Okay, let me try to create a function like this. And now let me call this function here. So what is my function name? Sum of numbers or sum numbers, whatever you call it. Okay. Sum of numbers of 1, 2 I'm passing here. 1, 2. Okay. See, as per your statement, we have only one argument here, and I'm passing one parameter here, but I'm passing 2 arguments here. Because of this star, it can take any number of values here, any number of arguments here. Now see how it is behaving here. So execute the function definition and print this one also. Now what it is printing actually? What is the what is this output actually? Print of numbers, right? So 1, 2, whatever I'm considering here, that it is considering in the backend in a tuple. If you want to know the data type of this one, how do we know that one? Type of that numbers, right? I'll just close this bracket here. Function definition, once again, define this one and try to execute this one and see backend how it is stating tuple. Variable length arguments, Python will consider as a tuple. Okay. Okay, Shiva, that is fine. Now, what is the advantage of that one? What is the ultimate benefit we are getting compared to the other approaches? Okay, let me talk about that one now. Okay, so let me copy the logic from here, whatever I copied. Now, sorry, where is this? Okay, instead of print actually, okay, print you can keep it as it is, no problem. Okay, for number in numbers, what I'm doing is tuple can be iterated, right? Can be iterated, right? Tuple is a iterable object or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. For number is a temporary variable in numbers. What is numbers here? Tuple. Okay, I'm trying to iterate. Total equal to total plus number. Total anyway 0, right? Okay, first it will start the addition with the 0. 0 plus that number, whatever the temporary I'm taking, right? So 1 it will come first and next 2 will come. 1 plus 2, 3 you'll get. I'm returning actually 2 here. Total here. Total means 1 plus 2, 3 you'll get. Did you get the logic here? Did you get the logic?
Yes, sure.
Okay, now let me execute this one here. I created the function here. If you want, I can execute it once again. I'm just passing this one here and see what is the output. So class tuple, because of this print command, we got this line, and return total, because of that one, we got what? 3. Now I'll just try to add here 4. Okay, now execute the same thing. See what you're getting? 7. Now I'll just add here 10. Execute this one. See what you're getting? 17. See, you pass anything here back and it is considering as a tuple. That I'm trying to iterate here. I'm just trying to do my own logic on top of it. This is what happening in the case of Max also. Do not think that they have created a hell lot of like functions definitions. They have only one function definition, but backend they have this logic, this kind of logic. Did you get clarity on variable length?
Yeah, sure.
Others, please.
Yes,
Still, if you have any question, you can ask me, no problem. If you don't know how many parameters you're passing, then go with this approach. Okay, it will not prompt you or it will not ask you, hey, mention only two, mention only three, mention only four arguments. It will not ask you. It will not give you any clue. Now, Bharat, you can ask your question.
No, sure. I mean, generally here take an example. You have defined a function with 20 parameters.
Uh-huh.
How the user will get to know need to pass 20 parameters?
Yeah, correct.
You build the function, so you need to pass 20.
Yeah.
Whatever the functions you build, if I use that function, then I should know, right? How many parameters should pass that
Yeah, correct.
run
Correct.
that function.
Correct.
How I will get to know?
You have to mention that in a doc string, right? That's what I was telling you right yesterday. In the
Okay.
doc string, you need to clearly mention. You have to describe that function, right? Hey, this function does so and so activity, and it takes 20 parameters as an input, and these are all the mandatory inputs. If you don't pass these values, by default values, it will take like this. Like that, you have to describe that.
Okay.
Only with the description you'll come to know. That is what I was telling you. Best practice is always to mention the doc string.
Yeah, understood.
Okay, that you mentioned within triple quotes or triple double quotes or
Yeah.
triple single quotes. That's it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is one thing. Yeah. Yeah. Any other question for anyone?
So, if we take max number, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
print a type of number, generally it will take this one, right? Triple, right? So, how internally it will take, like, for each number, it has to compare.
So they have their own logic. I don't have that logic with me.
Yeah,
They
yeah, yeah.
have, like, if you pass two values, they have their own logic in the backend. They're just trying to use that.
That is trying to swap that number.
Mm. I'm not sure like how what they're doing, but they have definitely this kind of logic only in the backend.
Yeah. But for the triple, we can't come. Each individual element we can't take it, right? For the tuples. I
No,
mean,
individual single element we cannot take it. Yeah.
comparison for
Okay. So let's say if I pass only one value to the max function, what it will give? It will say that int object is not iterable.
yeah, yeah, correct.
See, because only one value you're passing, right? Backend, how it has to consider? Tuple, right? If you pass only one value, is it a iterable object?
No, no.
Clearly, it is throwing error, right?
Yeah,
It
so
cannot
like
create actually tuple in the backend.
5 comma 6 comma 7 if you mention.
Uh,
So for 5 comma 6, it will backend it will create a tuple, right?
Tuple in the backend in the program. Correct.
Yeah. So
Correct.
when we loop it, then it will first try to compare 5 and 6, and
See.
some
Mm.
temporary variable they will store it and they will swap it.
Correct.
Right.
Maybe. See, they have their own logic. What they have inside that function definition, I don't know that really.
Yeah, yeah.
Getting my point?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm. So that is one thing. Uh, so this is one thing. Okay, I'll tell you the problem statement again. The problem of variable length arguments. Okay, the problem is actually here. Okay, so I cannot take this example. Let's say I wanted to describe actually a person. Okay, let me delete this. Okay. Uh, let's say define person underscore info. This is what I'm just trying to take it here. So what I'll do is I'll just take some arguments here. So percentile info. I'm just trying to take like this information values. Okay, colon. Now what I wanted to do is print off let's say uh, you can take name, age, and city. Can we take only those three parameters? Okay. So F double quotes, hello. Okay. What I'll do is info of, okay. So how do we call that? How do we access the elements from the tuple? How do we access the elements of the tuple?
Based on position.
Based on the position, right? Okay. Now, can I take info of 0 here? Can I take like this?
Yeah, it will access the first string.
First name, right? Okay. Comma. Okay. You are. Okay. Info of. Sorry. Info of. Okay. One I'm taking here. Okay. And you are living in. Okay. Info of 2 I'm taking here. Oh, index starts. Oh, yeah. 2 only. Yeah. So this one also I need to keep it in curly brackets. Okay. And this one also I need to keep it in curly brackets. Okay. Now, if I try to create this particular function, and if I call this one person underscore info of, now what I'll do is I'll just try to pass names like this. Shiva, okay, comma, let's say 25, age I'm just trying to mention. Let's say city I'm mentioning, like let's say Iselin. This is my city name. Okay. Now I'll just try to execute this one and see what it is printing. Hello Shiva, you are 25 years old. Okay. You are 25 years old and you are living in so and so city. Okay. Okay. Now you're passing the values like this. That is okay. And it is printing as it is, proper way. Okay, now what I will do is I'll just try to swap the values here. Control X. I'll just try to put it here. Okay, this is my first value, this is second value, this is third value. If I pass like this, is there any meaning for this?
No.
No, right? So I don't know how, in which order I'll mention here. So for that reason only, the next type came into the picture, that is variable and the keyword arguments. You know what is keyword arguments? You know what is keyword arguments? What is keyword arguments? You have to pass the values. You
Along
have to
with
pass the
the
values.
by using the argument name.
Argument, parameter equal to argument value, parameter one equal to argument one, parameter two equal to argument two, parameter three equal to argument three, like that. Okay, so for that, what we need to do is we need to mention actually double star here. Double star here. Okay, so if you mention double star here, now how it is treating, you try to okay, let me tell you the example that I have here. Oh, I think I've taken the same example here. Okay, fine. Sorry, I'll try to create a new cell here. So this is my function. Okay, I'll just try to take a new cell, call that function. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll just mention here 2 stars. The moment you mention 2 stars, Python understands that, okay, this is variable length keyword arguments. User is going to pass actually variable length keyword arguments. You know, the moment you store, you mention like double star here, you have to pass the parameters like this. And name equal to Alice, age equal to 30, city equal to New York, and blah, blah, blah. Favorite hero equal to blah, so on, so like that. You can mention whatever you want. Any number of values you can mention. Okay, but you know, in the case of in the variable length arguments, the arguments are actually storing inside a function in a tuple format, right? Here it will be stored in a dictionary format. That's it. Okay. So that dictionary I can iterate using items. You guys know what is items, right? Key value pair it is going to create or not? Key value pair it is going to create or not?
Yes, sir.
Correct or not? You forgot all the functions and methods. Okay. So that I'm trying to access here. I'm just trying to print here. See how it is printing this one. And I'm just passing these values and see name alias age 30 city New York. Whatever you want, you can pass it here. That's it. You can add one more parameter also, no problem. It will take it. But there should be some meaning right here. There is some meaning right here.
Yeah. And
That is what I
why
was
it
trying
is
to tell you.
printing in the next line? Have you mentioned anywhere? No, right?
No, I'm just trying to use the print like this right here. So every print actually will by default take slash n as a
Yes.
end character, right? See, every time it takes the new key value pair, it takes a new print, right?
Okay.
Yes. See, we don't use this approach uh, that much, I can say, but other approaches we use. In your project, you may see the positional arguments, you may see the default arguments as well, you may see that keyword arguments. Definitely, you will see that keyword arguments, no doubt about it. Other two are optional. You may or you may not see that. Okay, but variable length is very rare case, I can say. This one is, I don't think so. We use this one in our for our requirements, for especially data engineering. Of course, if the situation demands, we have to use this one. I'm telling you, in my experience, I never use this one. See, simple variable length arguments stores the data in tuple format. Data means like arguments inside a function, stores it in a tuple format. Variable and the keyword argument stores the arguments in a dictionary formats. That is only the difference you need to understand. Okay. Yeah. So that's it about the function types. Any questions so far? Are we good? Can you able to write your own functions?
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. Next one, an important one. Sometimes in real time we use even lambda functions also, guys. I'll tell you how to create this lambda function. What exactly mean by this lambda functions and where do we use this one? All those things I'll try to explain. Okay. Next concept is lambda or anonymous functions. Okay. If you don't want to create a function with some name, then go with anonymous functions. Function which does not contain any name is nothing but a lambda function or anonymous function. So you guys know, like, I don't know how many of you have knowledge on Oracle. In PL SQL, we write actually anonymous blocks, right? Anonymous blocks, right? Which execute the set of statements, right? Does it have any name? Do we mention any name for the anonymous blocks? No, I don't think so.
Not
Okay, same way here also. Function which does not have any name is nothing but an anonymous or lambda function. Okay, so for simple, okay, sometimes what you need to do is you need to do some simple arithmetic functions. For that, you don't need to create a separate function and call that function again whenever you want. So in place of for such kind of requirements, you try to create anonymous function or lambda function and make use of that. That's it. I'll tell you examples so that you'll understand it in a better way. Okay, first let's try to understand the fundamentals and later we get on to the examples. Okay, or let me explain one simple example here. This is the one. This is the best example I can say. So let me go and write it. So for every lambda function, actually, this is just a variable, guys. Actually, this is just a variable. Variable equal to lambda is a keyword. Is a keyword. Okay. X comma y. How many arguments you want to take that? Arguments means like parameters we need to mention here. X comma y are the parameters for my function, and the function logic directly we can mention here. In a single line, we need to mention. See, same like a normal function only, but in a single line we need to mention. Okay, and once this got calculated, once this got created, right, the output will be assigned to this variable. Okay, now result equal to this is my add. This is my add. This is just a reference actually for this one, because when you create an anonymous function, backend it create an object in the back, right in the memory location somewhere. Okay, so in order to call that reference, actually, I'm just using this variable name. Add of 5 comma 3 I'm taking here. This add is just to store the object of this lambda function, guys. Okay, that object I'm calling through its reference. That reference is nothing but this variable name add. 5 comma 3. What will happen, when I call add of 5 comma 3, okay, it will come here, 5 comma 3 will come here, 5 will be pointed to x, 3 will be pointed to y. Then, since these arguments are parameters are defined here, so what is that logic we have? X plus y. That means 5 plus 3 will happen here. Output you'll get actually 8. Let me prove that one here. Let me execute this. See, what is that output you're getting? Okay, now you may ask a question. Shiva, we have 100 lines of logic is there in my function logic, function definition actually. So can I go ahead and create a lambda function like for that? No. Only for the simple operations, you have to create a lambda. That's it. Only for simple operations. Only for simple. Even in my project also, we use lambda functions.
So, how many arguments it will take, Shiva?
Any number of arguments, there is no limit.
No limit.
Depending on your logic. But
Okay.
it should be a simple logic. It should not be a complex logic at all.
Okay. Yeah.
That is what I mentioned in my slide deck as well here. So let me tell you. With the lambda, there is often, where is that? See here. Lambda functions can only be comprised of single expression, not the complex logic. Very complex logics we cannot implement with the lambda functions. No loops are supported with the lambda functions, of course. No loops, no calling the other methods. You cannot call the other function inside the function. See, these are all the limitations I can say. So lambda function can take any number of variables. This is what you're asking. Any number of variables it can take. Okay, the syntax is like this: variable name equal to store this lambda function object. Variable name equal to lambda is a keyword and parameter 1, parameter 2, and so on parameter n. That expression we need to write it. This is what I have done right here. This is what I have done right. Variable name equal to lambda keyword, parameters, and the expression here. And I'm just calling that one here. That's it. Clear?
Sure.
So the advantage is actually with the lambda, we can create quick, simple functions. Only simple functions we can create, guys. Not the complex. Again, I'm repeating that. A return statement is not required in lambda function. So I think yesterday I explained about that return statement, right? So return statement is not required in the lambda function. Mostly we don't use. Mostly. It will automatically return that expression output right anyway. So for that, we don't use this. Okay. I'm going to talk about this map, filter, and sorted and all these functions a bit later. Okay. If you want to understand average, if at all, if you want to perform average, right, you can create this simple function like this. Let me go ahead and create this. Simple x plus y by 2. That's it. Remove this one, remove this one. That's it. See, average of 2 comma 7. If I go ahead and execute, okay, so it should be in the same level. That is the reason why it is throwing error. Now see, average we are getting is 4.5. For this kind of simple operations only, we use lambda or anonymous functions. So that is about.
Shiva, what kind of type it is? Is it list or this one? Sir?
That depends on the expression that you're writing here.
uh-huh.
Okay, if you want to return it in a list format, you try to write it in a list here.
List, okay. Like a list comprehensions we use, right? Like that one, it will not allow, right? Here.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Come again,
That
please.
list comprehensions we use, na? Something.
List
That,
of we have to use if you want to use that one.
like a list comprehension, like iteration will not be used here.
The expression can be a list comprehension as well. Yeah, but I told you, right, list comprehension we have for loop and the if conditions and all are there, right? But here I told you already, no loops are allowed, no other functions calling is allowed here. No loops, no for loop, no conditional expressions and all.
Okay, so list comprehension we cannot use here.
Mostly we don't use, I can say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying 100% like we cannot use, but mostly we don't use, I can say. Okay. So greater number, I mean, see, in the interview, if they ask you to write like, hey, can you write a function to create a to find out the greater number between two numbers, then if you write these kind of code, right, then they'll definitely get impressed. See, don't write it. Okay, define greater number function a comma b colon if a greater than b, then return a. If else return b. If you write like that, basic basic level people actually can write that. But if you write like this, then that shows your proficiency. Okay. Okay. So moving on. Any question here?
Shiva, within the functions we can use it, right? Lambda functions. If you
We can use, yeah. I'm going to explain about that only now. Yeah, that is what my next topic is.
Okay.
Okay. So next, if you want to find out the squares of your function, then you can go ahead and use this one, square function of this one. Or if at all, if you want to if you want to find out the absolute value of two numbers, then you can go ahead and use this one. Or if you want to print the first letter from a given string, then you can go ahead and use this one. And if you want to find out the length of a this one, right, you can go ahead and use this one. Sorry, sorting. This is sorting actually. Okay, you wanted to sort based on the length of the string. Then we can use this one. Sort function, you know, right? Sort function actually takes one more parameter called key based on what you wanted to like sort them. That also it will take as a parameter. Okay, so I'm just printing that one. It will take like this. Based on the length, number of characters in that word, it will sort it. So it has only 4 characters. It has 5 characters. It has 6 characters, I guess. So it has 6 characters. It is sorting like this. Okay. Yeah. So that is about the anonymous functions. So we'll see more anonymous functions in RDD's case actually. I'll try to explain there. I'll try to write more lambda functions in that concept. Don't worry at this point of time. But for now, you just try to understand lambda functions are the simple functions, I can say. For simple expressions, we write the lambda functions. Clear? Everyone, are we good up to this?
Yes, sir.
The next one is higher order functions. What is this higher order functions means? A higher order function is a function that is also a function that takes another function as a parameter. Try to understand this one. A higher order function is a function that takes another function as a parameter. Function has parameters, right? Different parameters, right? One of the parameter it will take as another function. Okay, those functions are called as higher order functions. Okay, this is also one of the interview question actually. What is higher order function? They'll ask that. Can you give me some examples of the higher order functions? Yes. So map is one of the higher order function, reduce is one of the higher order function, filter is one of the higher order function, zip is also one of the higher order function. In Spark also we have some higher order functions are there. Map, even we have map is there, flat map, those kind of functions we call it as higher order functions because those functions take actually another function as an input or parameter, I can say. Okay, now let me talk about all these four functions because fundamentals I'll talk in Python, but the real implementation I'll try to do it in Spark because same higher order functions I'll try to use it in Spark as well. Same are there in Spark as well. Okay. Okay. So first one is map. What this map does actually? What is this map higher order function does? Okay. The syntax of map is like this. Map of, I told you, right? Higher order function takes another function as a parameter, right? That function actually we need to mention. The function can be anything. It's an addition operation, or it can be like subtraction operation. It can be multiplication, or it can be any simple operation. It can be square. It can be anything. Any simple operation. Okay. And along with that function, it also takes actually iterable objects as parameters. I'll talk about that one. Okay. So what map does is, let's say I'm passing one list actually. Okay, let me show you the example so that you'll understand. Okay. Now this is what I'm trying to do. Okay. I have a list here. List is a iterable object, right? I'm trying to call like this, result equal to map of that function comma list. The list I'm trying to define like this, list equal to 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now roots equal to, this is variable. Okay, map of math dot square root. Math is a module name actually. From that, I'm trying to take actually a function name called square root. Okay, so comma, this is another function or not? Square root is a function or not? Square root is a function which is defined in a Python. It's a Python inbuilt function, I can say. Not one of the function defined inside the Python, I can say. In a math module, I can say. Okay, I'll talk about that modules and packages tomorrow. Okay, so math dot square root is a function. It actually takes a value of one value as an input and it find out the square root of that. If you pass 2, you'll get actually 4. If you pass 3, you'll get 9. If you pass 4, 16 you'll get. That function simply I'm passing here. I'm just keeping here and I'm passing one iterable object here. What it does, it takes one by one element here from the list, one by one element from the list, and it will try to perform this function operation on top of it. Okay, one-to-one operation, I can say. It takes 2 and it performs square root. It takes 3, performs square root. It takes 4, performs square root. It takes 5, performs square root. and finally it stores that output in a list format only in the variable called roots. Now, if you want to see those values, actually, you have to iterate it. You guys know how to iterate it. Did you get my point? Are you guys are clear with this? Are you guys are
Yes, sir.
clear?
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Bharat, you understood?
Yes, sure. But
Yeah.
just thinking.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nothing difficult. We will write n number of like higher order functions in Spark as well. Don't worry.
Okay.
If you, though you're not understanding at this point of time, don't worry about that. But try to grab that concept actually.
It can call multiple inbuilt functions or multiple functions, right, in a function, or only either restrict only one function.
I can say mostly we'll take only one function. Mostly.
Okay.
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 Now, okay. So what it does is that's what they're I'm trying to say here. The map function applies to a applies the given function to each item in the iterable. That is what happening in the case of square root, right? Returns an iterator again. Iterator that yields the result one by one. Yes. See, this is not a list actually. The roots is not a list. It generates actually iterator object in the backend. Iterator object. Iterator object always you have to iterate through for loop only, right? That is what they're trying to do here. Okay, that's what they're trying to say in the note point as well. Okay, it's a convenient way to apply the same operation on multiple elements in a collection. You can optionally provide more iterable as a parameters to map it. It will place the tuples in the result in the list. Yes, you can pass multiple iterable objects as well.
So, Shiva, if we put a type, then it will give the iterator only, right? Yeah.
I didn't get to come again. If you put
Like
type,
root equal to, then it will give as an iterator, right? Like to check what is the type of this.
no, yeah, we can, yeah, we can get it. I'll prove that one as well. Okay, that iterator can be casted to list using list function. See, backend, I'm not saying that it is going to generate a list directly. No, it generates a iterator object. That object can be converted to list using list function.
Mhm.
Okay, let me prove that one here so that you'll understand. Okay, so let me take the same example for better understanding. Let me go here. Okay, now what you wanted to print here is print of roots, type of roots, right?
Yes,
Print
sir.
of roots also I'm printing, and in the next line, print of type of roots also I'll take it here. Okay, both I'll do because I wanted to see what exactly it is storing inside that. Okay, print of roots. Okay, this is what I wanted to do. Okay, now let me execute it as it is. Now see what it has given here. Name math is okay. Now we need to import that actually. So import, sorry, import math. Now let me execute this. Oh, sorry,
Double.
two voice. Okay, sorry. Now see what you're getting. What is the first print output actually? It is an object. Is it printing directly in a list format? Is it printing directly in a list format?
No, sir.
No.
No. Now what I will do is I'll simply use the list conversion function here. List of roots. Can I? Can I take like this? Can I take like this? Yes, happily we can take like that. See, print of list of root list object is not callable. Why? We can do that, right? Okay, we will use ChatGPT. Don't worry.
Maybe while iteration we can add as a list, Shiva.
No,
Like,
not required. Not required. We can convert actually. That is what even my understanding. I'll tell you that one. Don't worry. We'll give it to the ChatGPT and it will correct that. No worries. Okay. So my point is actually it is in the previous case actually it was just printing the object location, and after that the type is actually a map type. It's not a map is an iterable map generates actually an iterable object type. I told you right. That type is actually map. Okay, and it is from that we are just trying to iterate one by one here.
Shiva, list
Mm.
is a keyword, right? But
Yeah, list is a keyword actually.
you mentioned list equal to 2, 3, 4, 5. So list is here, it's a variable, right? But it's a list, right?
List is not a keyword. List is a function we can use.
Okay.
Keywords we are not supposed to use, but functions we can use. If you want, okay. If you have that objection, I can use list one also. Okay, maybe because of this one, it is not doing that. 1 second. Let me. No, it's not because of that. Okay, now see here. Now it is giving the output properly. Okay, now let's me correct it actually. Let me give it to the perplexity. One second. I'm not sure where I'm doing mistake here. Please correct the above code.
Maybe you have to do list conversion after
Yeah.
print loop, print X.
Print of loop of root. That is correct only. I see you're having trouble. Main issue is the Python 3 map returns an iterator object that can only be used only once. Okay, when you use list of roots, it consumes iterator completely. Oh, by the time you enter for loop, actually roots already existed, so nothing will print inside the loop. Because of that, it is creating an issue. Maybe it's a limitation, guys, actually. But actually, we can be able to convert actually. Okay, so they're the corrected version is they're giving like this. Yeah, we can do like this. We can do like this. As per my understanding, we can be able to convert, but we can do like this actually. So directly we can be able to convert into list here. And now on top of that one, print of roots and type of roots you will take. But type of roots, if you take here, what it will print? It will print list. So on the fly, we are converting here using list function. See, previously what I was doing is after creating a roots object, actually, I'm just converting that into list object here. But here on the fly, they're converting directly into the list object and they're just trying to iterate that one here. Anything is okay. But this is a limitation here. We have a limitation here. Now we can execute happily this one. No problem. List object is not, again, we are creating an issue. Huh? Why is it creating an issue? List object is not callable. You can convert, right? Okay, I'll check this option, guys. I'll check this one. Don't worry.
List of list one. Otherwise,
That's not
map dot sqrt comma list of list one. Something.
no, it's
Nothing
not
like
like that. It's not.
that.
Anyway, it is a list object only, right? Okay, I'll
Yeah.
tell you the corrected version tomorrow.
Or do we need
Don't
to
worry.
import anything?
No, not required really. Not required.
We need to restart the kernel, Shiva.
Not required, I guess. Okay, let me do that one for you guys. Restart it. Let me execute this.
So comment it is giving
Hey,
a
we are
correct.
getting. I just restarted the kernel. We are getting it.
So is it gains like problem? Okay. So how do we
So
know, like if a kernel issue something like this?
maybe it's a kernel issue in the backend. Yeah, now we are getting output. That is what I was wondering actually. This is correct only. I used this like concept many times. I know this can be converted into list format. Okay.
Okay.
So it is converting happily, no problem with this.
Run your code, Shiva, once. Print list routes.
Okay. Yeah,
It's also
this is working. This is working. This is working actually. Yeah, no issue with this. Okay. Yeah, both are correct only. This
Yeah.
version of code is correct. This version of code is also
They
correct.
have not done any major changes.
No, I did not do anything here. Same
Even
previous code only.
perplex code also they have not done anything. Just two commands they have put in a single command. That's it. Print, you have list routes, right? They have put in a single there.
Correct,
Apart from
correct.
that, they didn't change anything there.
Correct. Okay, yeah. Both versions are correct only. So it can be converted to other data types actually. That's what I wanted to prove here. Okay.
So without converting to list, Shiva, so it will not take internally as an iterator.
Iterator. No. I told you, right? Backend it is going to create actually iterator object only. Iterator
Iterator.
object. I'm sorry.
Uh,
Iterator objects can be iterated through for loop, right? That's
for
what I
loop,
was
for
trying
loop.
to do. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I
without
was
list.
trying to do here. In my
No.
case, actually, the roots is a map object, right? From that, I'm trying to iterate one by one element.
Hmm. Yeah. So what I'm asking is in the 4, right, in the shell 1, so list conversion typecasting is not required.
Typecasting is not required here. It's not mandatory.
Not, yeah.
See, my point is here, what I wanted to tell you here is, the map returns an iterator object, right? Which can be casted to list.
Which can be cached to list, but without casting to list also, we can
We
use
can
it.
iterate it, yes.
We can iterate.
We can iterate it. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So, if you want to understand, see here, it will take first element from the list. It will apply function on top of that one. It generates a new value. Okay. It takes the second value. It applies the function on top of it, and it generates a new value. Third value, fourth value, fifth value, like that. How many elements are there in that iterable object? That many number of elements it will take one by one, and it applies the function sequentially, and it generates the new values every time. That is what I wanted to tell you here. It generates a new iterator, I can say. Okay. What if you take, okay, some people may ask, like, what if I take multiple list here? Multiple list. So let's say I'm trying to take like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just trying to take here map of lambda of x comma y, x plus y. L1 comma L2 I'm taking here. Okay, this is my lambda function. Okay, let me take the same example here so that you'll understand. Copy this one and paste it here. Now I'm taking two different lists here. One is 1, 2, 3, 4, and second one is 7, 8, 9, 10. L3 equal to some variable name. I'm just L3 equal to list of, I'm just converting here, list of map of map is a function again. Inside that one, I'm just trying to take one function called addition function. Indirectly, this is a lambda function. Instead of calling add function here, which is there in the math module, I'm creating my own function as per my requirement. I'm considering it as that as a lambda, and I'm using on top of these two elements. Now, what it does? What it will print? Tell me. Can you guys guess it?
Like 8, 10, 12, 14.
8, 10, 11, 12.
12, 14.
12, 14. That is your answer?
Yes, sir.
Answer 13.
So, 7 plus 1, 8, plus 2, 10, 9 plus 3, 12.
Okay. Same thing I'll try to take in a different way. Okay. I'll take only one list. I'll just mention only one list here. Now you tell me. I'll just try to take only one value here. Okay, x colon x comma L1 I'm taking. Now tell me what is the output of this one. What is the output of this?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Yeah.
Correct? Everyone agree?
Yeah.
Because we have only one variable right here. Only one, this one parameter, right? That is the reason we are not doing anything. We are creating a lambda function, but we are not, in the expression, we are not doing anything. We are printing it as it is. One by one element it would take from the L1 and it prints as it is actually. Now, if I execute this one and see what you're getting, okay, print is in uppercase, guys. Sorry, print I'm taking here. Execute this. See 1, 2, 3, 4 as is we are getting here because we are converting it to list, right? Because we are getting that's why output we are getting in a list format. Don't think that okay, map generates the output in a list format. No, I'm converting explicitly here. Okay, now in this case, you tell me. Just guess the answer here.
Yeah, it will assign x plus y. So
Uh-huh.
1 plus 7, 2 plus 8, 3 plus 9, 4 plus 10.
Okay. So third point is related to that program.
Okay. So tuples means each L1 comma that parameters it will create one tuple.
So what happens, it will consider one element from this one element from this one, it will create a tuple and it will pass on that one to this one. Okay, and it will simply add those elements here. That's it. Okay, so first element from this list, second element, first element from this list, it will take and it will simply add that. That's it. Okay, if I execute this one again, okay, so hit enter here. Now execute it. Print uppercase. Sorry, I think I just copy pasted that. Yeah, now see 8, 10, 12, 14.
So how can we know sure like it is backend it is creating tuples like
You have to know
as
the functionality, map functionality. That's it.
that's it, huh? Okay.
Uh,
I mean by mistake suppose if we as you said now we know
okay,
right.
so I'll define one more function here. That is, let's say L4 I'm taking this time. L4 equal to now what I wanted to take is like a 0, comma 4, comma 5, comma 8 I'm taking here. Okay, same number of elements I'm taking. I'll just try to mention here L3. What is your sorry, L4, right? Okay. Now what is your expectation here? If I execute this one, what it is throwing?
We need to give 3 no sure
Lambda
x
function
comma
actually takes 2 positional arguments, but you are passing the 3 different iterators here.
if you put x comma y comma z and
Z,
x plus
then you will
y,
get actually it
then
will
we
take
get
third one also.
correct. Yeah.
Okay, that is what in that way also we can understand that based on the error also at least.
Sure.
Hmm.
You just pass 3 parameters in the L2. 7, 8, 9 only. You can remove 10. No, remove the L4.
Okay. I'm
What
about
will
to say that one,
happen?
but anyway, you asked that question. Okay, fine. Let me remove this L4 also. Let me remove this L4 also. You're saying that I will not mention actually the same number of values in both the list. Then what will happen? That is my next point actually. See what you're getting?
Okay, it ignored that final value. Okay.
Simply that. But in Spark, it will not happen like that. In Spark also, we have map function actually. Map higher order function is there. In Spark, it will not behave in that way. Spark will throw error. In Python, it is not like that.
Okay.
That is also one of the interview question actually. Okay. So this is about the map, guys. Other functions also there. Filter and the reduce and the zip. I will talk about them tomorrow. Okay. So tomorrow I'll complete this one in first 15-20 minutes. And later I'll talk about the modules and the packages. Okay. And if time permits, I think modules will not take much time. If time permits, we can discuss the exception handling as well. Yeah. That's all from my end for today. Anything else?
No, sure.
Okay, let me stop recording.